What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a brand new review for Power Book 4. Is this 4? 4, you guys. Season 2, episode number 8, and this episode was titled DEAD Reckoning, you guys. So before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a huge solid favor, you guys, and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also by turning on your post notifications. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss Power Book 4 Force, shall we? All right, you guys, so I'm not going to go like in order of the show. You guys know how I do it. I talk about certain things first, and then I double back. So this episode, I'm going to start up with talking about 27 Piece, and that's who, so I'm nicknaming Stacy 27 Piece because that hair looked like a 27 piece to me. So 27 Piece, Victor is at home, right? And he got picked up because at this point, 27 Piece them know about the fact that Vargas was found, deceased in the alley. So she's asking Victor, like, what happened with Vargas, right? So Victor is telling her that, he gave me the wire. We were supposed to, meet up at the rendezvous point, and he never met up with me. And 27 Pieces like that's bullshit, right? So she, like at this point, 27 Piece is doing the most, right? Because 27 Piece has a hard on for Tommy, right? So she's telling Victor, either you tell me that Tommy did it, or I'm sending you down. I'm taking you down for it. And Bobby is looking at her like, whoa, pump the brakes, like 27 Piece. You doing the most. And I think with 27 Piece will eventually meet the same demise that Sax met. Like 27 Piece really got on my nerves in this episode. I was just like, ooh, will somebody please just take this woman and her 27 Piece out, right? So after that, Bobby was telling her, you don't have a warrant. Like, you're not doing everything by the book. And she's like, it's personal now because they took out one of our own. Well, ma'am, whose fault is that? Because that sounds like a personal problem, and that sounds like a you problem because you're an overachiever, you're overzealous, you have yourself to blame for Vargas. And then Vargas was in the wrong, like Vargas was doing stupid stuff that was going to put a target on Victor. So it was either Victor or Vargas. So I think Victor made the best decision. So then we see 27 Piece later in the episode. She pulled up on Tommy, and she's telling Tommy, like, I got a dead agent, and I'm coming after you. She's like, I don't like you because I don't like people who fake their deaths in New York and then come to Chicago and doing business with the Flynn's, with the CBI, with this, with that. Okay, girl, what evidence do you have that Tommy has done any of that? And Tommy said that you ain't got nothing on me because if you did, you'd be handcuffing me and taking me in. So you have a good day. Let me call my lawyer, by the way. So Tommy called up his lawyer. And so later in the episode, like I said, 27 Piece, she is just doing the most. So 27 Piece later in the episode, we see her, and she went to go see Maria, right? And so Maria had left a quinceañera. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well, right? So 27 Piece is telling her, 27 Piece also told Tommy that, once Miguel finds out that you fucking his sister, he might get to you before I get to you. I was like, 27 Piece, hopefully somebody get to you in that hair first, right? So at one point, 27 Piece, she knew that Victor was lying about where he was, right? So she had Bobby go pick up Victor once again. And so 27 Piece at this point is talking about, she got his logbook, and she knows that, Vargas met up where they were supposed to meet up. So at this point, she is forcing Victor to say that it was Tommy that, took out Vargas. I was like, you old dirty, dusty bitch, right? I'm ready for somebody to just pow, pow, pow 27 Piece, right? Speaking of 27 Piece, like I was talking about earlier, so she pulled up on, at one point, she pulled up on Maria. She was telling Maria about, Tommy, talking about, she's basically trying to say, I don't want to get you dragged into a RICO case with you being a nurse, Also, ask Tommy about Lakeisha Grant. Now, if she asked Tommy about Lakeisha Grant, he didn't do anything to Lakeisha. That was Tasha. So he can tell her the truth about that. He was in love with Lakeisha, and I don't know why he was so in love with Keisha, but that ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea and China. But I do want somebody to take out 27 piece, quick, fast, and in a fucking hurry. So let's pause here and let's move forward, you guys. Now, let's move over to Claudia. Baby Claudia, I wonder which Flynn is next. Will it be Claudia or will it be Victor? And my money, honestly, at this point, sorry, Vic. I think they've been. I think you going I don't think you gonna make it that far with this, buddy. And I actually like Victor, right? So Claudia went to go see Shanti, and you guys remember last week that Claudia's friend was telling her about the clubs, right? So Claudia went to go see Shanti to tell Shanti, like, hey, I got a new territory. And Shanti looking at her like, bitch, what you talking about? You got a new territory. So she told her about the clubs in, I think, Viagra or something. And Shanti's like, I don't know about them clubs. So she told her, and so Shanti's like, girl, if you keep fucking with me, like this partnership is gonna be over, and I'm gonna beat you up, basically, right? So Shanti, she's finally talked Shanti into this deal, right? Because Shanti, what I will say is Shanti's getting on my nerves too. I want her to go. So Shanti told Claudia, I'm gonna do this with you, but at this point, we make decisions together. So if you go in behind my back with anything else, it's me and you, right? So then we see, as you know, Tommy, he went to go see Vic. He went to go see Victor, right, at the crib. And so Victor told him about Stacy. No, scratch that. Tommy went to go see Victor, right? And Tommy is telling Vic about Stacy pulling up on him. And, Victor is trying to paint seeds of doubt in Tommy's mind about Jannard. Because Tommy at this point thinks that there's somebody rogue in their organization. So he is trying to plant seeds of doubt with Jannard. He's telling Tommy that, Jannard had met up with Claudia and, he tried to, Claudia tried to make a deal with him. And Tommy's like, why the fuck you just letting me know this now, right? So I was like, ooh, Victor. And I said it. I just like, I don't think that this is going to go the way that Victor is planning it to go, because I see what Victor's trying to do. Victor is trying to throw the scent off of him and onto somebody else. Because at one point, Victor was like, maybe it's, Jannard, or hell, it could even be Claudia. I was like, okay. Tommy already has a deep-rooted hatred for Claudia. He wants to take Claudia out. You would be lucky. But I'm like, I don't think this is going to work out the way that Victor plans for it to work, right? He also told, him about Claudia working with the Serbs. I was like, again, I just don't see that this is going to work the way you think it's going to work, Victor. But good luck to you, buddy. Good luck to you. So at one point in the episode, Mirkovich, he went to go see Claudia, right? So Mirkovich knows about Claudia and, the clubs, right? So he told Claudia in no uncertain terms that either you going to cut me in on this deal with the clubs, or the protection that I'm giving you for Tommy, it ceases, right? So she was like, oh, okay, Mirkovich, got you. And so one of his guys that was there with him told Mirkovich about this meeting that Tommy is having with SOD. And I can't remember what SOD stands for. Sons of Destruction, I believe that's what it's called, right? So Mirkovich told that guy, I was like, you know what, it's time to put an end to this. I was like, what are you going to do, Mirkovich? What I will say, because we're going to talk about Mirkovich in just a little bit, and the things that Mirkovich is doing, I don't think that it's smart. Like, you blew up the projects in a few episodes ago. And in this episode, you're not making very rash decisions, sir. So, after this meeting, Claudia went to go talk to Shanti, right? And she told Shanti that, hey, Mirkovich knows about the clubs, right? And, in order for me to continue to get protected by him, we got to give him a part of the pie. And Shanti was like, well, bitch, I'm barely getting anything as it is, right? She said, you know what, I'll protect you. And Claudia was like, no, that's not going to work. So, Claudia said, but you know what we can do? We can start a war. And Shanti was like, no. Let's not start a war. let's give them what they want to keep the peace, right? So that way we're still in the clear. So that's that. So let's pause here and we're gonna move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So the episode opens literally where we finished last week's episode with Tommy and Victor surrounding Vargas's body, right? So at this point, Tommy is just wondering who was he following? Like, how did he know we was here? He had to be following somebody, right? So Tommy went to Victor's car, and Victor's like, "What are you looking for, Tommy?" He was like, "I'm looking for a tracker to see if they tracked you because I had my eyes out, so it's got to be you." So Tommy starts looking at Victor's car, right? And Victor went inside of the car, and Tommy's like, "What the fuck are you doing, Vic?" And he was like, "Maybe they put a tracker inside of the car, right?" So you guys remember that Vargas did want to give Victor that tracker, and Victor was reluctant to do it, right? So Victor does have his tracker, and he shows it to Tommy. He's like, "Tommy," and Tommy's like, "What?" They were tracking my car. So Tommy's like, "Okay, what we got to do is we got to ditch, you ditch your piece, and we gonna get rid of his piece, and nobody know nothing." And he was like, "What about him?" He said, "We just leave the body here. It'll look like it's a robbery gone bad." And so he was like, "Okay, cool." So they both leave. So then Tommy went home and he started looking around the apartment, and Maria was still there. I was like, now why is Maria still here, right? So, he was doing that. And so Maria woke up and she says, "What's going on?" And he says, "Don't ask me questions unless you want the answers to it. And if you don't want the answers, then say that," right? She said, "Don't worry about it," basically, right? So then we move over to Diamond and Gianna, who is Leon's mama, right? So Diamond and Gianna, baby, they still going hot and heavy. And, she done cook breakfast and all that stuff. But she let them know, like, don't think you special because I'm cooking breakfast. She says, "I'm just used to doing this for me and Leon. But Leon's at a sleepover and his dad is not here." I was like, "Girl, the daddy's still staying there?" Say what now? But it is what it is, right? So Gianna told, what's his name? Diamond, "I know who you are." He was like, "Who am I?" She's like, "You're Diamond Sampson, head of CBI." She says, "But what it is when it comes to Leon, I don't want Leon getting involved in none of that." And I was like, "Okay, cool." I was like, "So you still gonna give him some?" I was like, "Okay, well, hey, girl, it is what it is," right? So Tommy and Diamond, they met up, right? And Tommy is telling Diamond about Vargas, right? And so Diamond is like, they're gonna go basically like balls to the walls now that one of their own is been taken out, right? So yeah. So then he told him that they found a tracker in Victor's car, and at this point they gotta be smarter and just switch up how operation is ran, right? So he also told Diamond that Che is in town, and he needs to meet up with Sons of Destruction. So I was correct about that organization name, right? Diamond is like, I don't know about that because there's some bad blood between us. And Tommy is like, we squash that beef, right? Because he wants to meet up with Che, and so that way that they can be the connects and and also put out there that Miguel is the one that cut the Serbs off with Che. So we see Diamond. So Diamond's PO pulled up on him, and Diamond's PO is telling him like, "Hey, with that speech that you did a really good job, man. We got 25 guns off the streets, and hey, it's not a lot, but it's a start, right?" So after that, we see as Tommy called Jannard asking him, and he asking him to meet up, right? So Jannard went to go meet up with Tommy, and Jannard, got yoked up by Tommy, and Tommy was like, "Motherfucker, are you playing me?" And Vic was like, not Vic, but he was like, "Nah, what happened?" He's like, "You working with Claudia Flynn?" He said, "Let me guess, Victor told you?" And he says, "Nah, man, I ain't doing that." He said, "She did come to me, but I turned her down, right?" So after that, we see Diamond. So Diamond got a text message from Tommy about this meeting. So I think that the meeting was scheduled for 6 o'clock, I believe it was, or 6:30, one of the two, right? But at the same time, he got Leon and Gianna came into the shop. So Leon is getting ready to go and do an interview at the news station, right? And so he wants Diamond, he wants Diamond to be there with him, to help him. And so he wants him to help him with his interview. So Diamond says, "Cool." Now, mind you, like I just told you, they got this meeting with Sons of Destruction, right? But this interview, I believe it's at 6:30. So Diamond picked up the phone and he's like, he called up Jannard. I was like, now Diamond, we finna call up Jannard. You know good damn well Jannard just got off of them drugs. So why would you do that? Didn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to me. But I was like, you know what, Diamond, maybe you want, I don't think you on or something. I don't think he on to nothing. And what I will say is with Jannard, and this is about Shanti. Like I said earlier, I don't really see it for Shanti. And it is interesting. Shanti done hitched her wagon to the wrong brother. You have attached yourself to a crackhead. Just saying, a crackhead. So you guys, Kate is back. So we see her and she is drowning her sorrows in the back of a bottle. And JP came in. And so she was, JP was like, where have you been? And she said, I forgot what she said. But you see that she's drunk and back on them drugs, right? She was like, you killed my grandson. I was like, nah, Kate, girl, you barely knew that, baby. So what are you talking about? He says, Darnell is not dead. And she was like, what are you talking about? He says, Darnell had gotten into some trouble, so Tommy and I decided that we need to get him out of town. And so Kate, she says, I want to see him. He says, you'll only see him if you get clean. I was like, okay, whatever. Don't care about D-Mac. So sorry, right? So we see Tommy and Victor. So they're getting ready for this meeting with Sons of Destruction, right? And Jannard shows up and Tommy's like, where the fuck is your brother? He said something came up. And so he said something came up. And so he's like, you know what, fuck it. So they all went in there to have the conversation with Sons of Destruction, right? Now, when they got in there, Sons of Destruction, they weren't really too receptive to, brokering a deal with CBI, Tommy, and Vic, right? CBI and all of them, right? So at one point, Mirkovich's people just came in and just started just blasting. I was like, well, damn, what the fuck? This is what I was saying earlier about Mirkovich. Like, you just don't think things through, sir. You are very irrational. Like, you make irrational and rash decisions. These are people that you work with, so you're going to take them out? Like, you took out the projects. That is somewhere that you want to get back there. You want to work with these people. But you going to come in here and just blast. At one point, you guys, Tommy almost got. And Jannard had his gun, and he took one of the guys out. I was like, I was like, okay. Good looking out, Jannard. So, after that, we see Gianna. So, Gianna, am I getting ahead of myself? This part right here, yes, it is getting ahead of myself. So, how did I miss that part? Oh, God, you guys. I don't know where it is in my notes, but so there's this one scene with Diamond, right? So, little Leon went to Diamond's shop, right? He had this big, ill-fitted ass suit on, right? And so Diamond asked him, do you have a tie? He said yes, but he doesn't know how to tie the tie, right? So Diamond taught little Leon how to tie the tie. And so they left. So Diamond took Leon back to his house, right? And you guys remember, little Leon was being bullied, right? So Leon's bully came up to him and was trying to fuck with little Leon. So Leon took that suit jacket off and he said, what's up? Like, you want to fight? And he went and popped that bitch right in the mouth and knocked that hoe out. I think he knocked one of his teeth out of his mouth too, because I saw something fly. It could have been spit, right? And Leon was like, and Dom was like, hell yeah. And then the little bastard looked at his friend, and so his friend had a gun in his pants, right? And he gave it to his homie, and the boy turned around and just shot Leon. I was like, no. You guys, I was so hurt and devastated when that happened. When I saw that boy with the gun and Leon turned around and the boy just popped him, and Leon's eyes, I was like, oh my God. Diamond saw it and Diamond just ran. He saw the boy with the gun. He said no, like he was screaming no. And so he ran and he was too late. So Diamond was holding little Leon, but the bullet went right through her. I was like, oh, that's point blank. I was like, and so Diamond called the police, and I was like, even when Diamond called the police, he was bleeding, and he was coughing up the blood. I was like, oh, he's choking on his own blood. So Gianna, she came home, right? And she asked Diamond, like, what's going on? And she saw little Leon's body, and she screamed, and she went over there and took the cup, took the sheet off of him, and she was just screaming. Then she went to Diamond and was like, it's because of you. I was like, no, ma'am, it's not because of Diamond. Like, we ain't finna play that game, sis. That game we ain't finna play. We are not about to play that game, right? So, that happened. Rest in peace to little Leon, right? Rest in peace to Leon. So, I want to skip ahead, you guys. Now, at one point in the episode, when the first part of the episode with Tommy, when he was talking to, what's her name again? Maria. When he was talking to Maria, he was asking her, was he going to see her the next day? She says no, that she's going to go to Che's daughter's quinceañera, right? And the thing that I was confused about is, how in the hell did Tommy know where to go to this quinceañera? So we see Maria, Abuela, and Miguel. So they got all there, right? And, Che was talking to Miguel. His Abuela. Abuelito is grandfather, the male, right? So Abuela, he was talking to Abuela, and, they were just, chopping the shits, right? So he was basically talking about Miguel and the Serbs, right? And she was like, Miguel can handle his own business, right? And so after that, Che got up and left and did the dance with his daughter, right? So then we had what happened after that? Oh, Miguel went to go talk to Abuela. And so he was telling her about Tommy. He was like, and she was basically like, you might take that motherfucker out, right? Speaking of Tommy shows up to the quinceañera, and I was like, how did he know where to go? So Tommy's making a good impression on Che, because Che's like, oh, so you're the person that's making me a lot of money. He was like, yep, definitely that's me. So, after that, Maria saw them, and Maria got pissed off, right? So, Tommy was telling him about everything. Speaking of Miguel, let's talk about that real quick. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going all over the place, I know it. But at one point, Miguel was having a meeting with Chavo, right? And so Chavo told Miguel that I'm working with Tommy. And he was like, what the fuck? So that's what Miguel was telling Grandma, that you were right about Tommy. And she's telling Miguel he got to take Tommy out. And baby, the looks on their faces when Tommy was at that quinceañera, I was like, ooh, yeah, pissed. So Maria was like, so were you using me to get to my brother? And Tommy was like, no, I wasn't using you to get to your brother. I was like, now Tommy, you could have been, right? You could have been, but I don't think he was, right? So she left and she told Tommy, you know what? I got to think things through, because she's pissed off at this point, right? Now, let's move back to Diamond, right? Now, at one point in this episode, we saw little Leon's dad, raggedy ass daddy. So Leon's raggedy ass daddy went to Diamond's PO to tell Diamond's PO that he's been playing him all along. I was like, you motherfucker. Diamond should have just the fuck out of you, right? Now, Jannard, I want to bring him back into this real quick. Jannard was talking to Shanti, and Jannard was telling Shanti how when the Serbs bust into the meeting with SOD, that he saved Tommy. And so she was like, okay, well, you good with Tommy right now. I was like, I don't think so. So he was like, but it's only a matter of time before Tommy finds out that you working with Claudia and the Serbs. And so, because she had told him about this. And so they decided to go to Tommy to tell Tommy that they're all working with the Serbs and with Claudia. So she was like, you know what? I can stop it if you want me to. He was like, nah, keep doing it. I don't think Tommy trusts her or that crackhead that she's with. I don't think he trusts them too much, and I hope and pray he doesn't. I really hope and pray Tommy don't trust them that much, right? So that's that. So we move over to the barbershop, and you guys remember, they are trying to move things around, right? So one of the dudes has the drugs and the money, and Diamond is drunk and just told the nigga just to drop the shit right there. I was like, well, I be a monkey's uncle. So then Diamond does something even stupid. I was like, oh my God, Diamond, please don't do this. He grabs the bags and Diamond opens the bags with the drugs, dumps the drugs on him. Then he opens the bag with the money, dumps the money on him. I was like, oh my God, Diamond, what the fuck? What the fuck, Diamond? Because I'm like, yo, PO is finna come. But Diamond doesn't know that, right? After that, Tommy shows up and he's like, Diamond, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, man? So Tommy is trying to get the drugs and the money in the bag. And who comes in? The PO came in. I was like, motherfucker. So the PO was getting ready to call it in because it's like, so you were lying to me. You were doing the drugs. Diamond got this straight razor in his hand and he says, I'm not going back to jail, and slashes the man right through the neck. I was like, well, damn, Diamond. That man, he started gushing blood and it just, it went on the mirror. I was like, oh, that's a little nasty. I was like, oh, wow, Diamond. Okay, I'm not fucking with Diamond. Jannard and Shanti, y'all would be smart to whatever plan y'all got in y'all's brain. More so Shanti, girl, whatever plan you got, abort mission. That's all I got to say to your girlfriend. Abort mission, you guys. So next episode is episode 9. So you got 2 more episodes left of this season. And I did see that the trailer for Power Book 3, Raising Canaan, that trailer will come out this Thursday, you guys. So you guys know, so the trailer come out this Thursday, but we won't get book 3 until December 1st. So we got another month before we get Raising Canaan. But I'm really excited for it, you guys. And I will say though that this season of Power Book 4, this is 4, right? This season of Force has been really good. I've really enjoyed it as compared to last season, because last season it just moved way too slow for me and I wasn't feeling it. But this season, absolutely amazing, you guys. Victor, yeah, buddy, it was nice knowing you, but y'all know I've been saying all season long that I didn't think Jannard was gonna make it out this season with us. I damn sure don't think Victor's gonna make it out with us. I damn sure don't see Victor making it with us out of this season. But hey, let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn on your post notifications and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I will see you guys in the next one. And I hope they take out 27 piece. 27 piece gotta go. I don't see it for 27 piece. But you know what? I feel like 27 piece is gonna be kind of similar to Sax and to Blanca Rodriguez and that old annoying ass detective on Raising Canaan. Damn it, why do the police got to be so annoying in the Power universe? Now, I do know that there are cops like them in real life, but my good God, these people just drive me insane. 27 piece, count your days, bitch. Count your days, 27 piece. Count your days, you raggedy heifer. But yeah, again, you guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm thinking of, now what I will say before I close out this video, I am thinking about, maybe doing like a little short to discuss the trailer for Power Book 3, Raising Canaan, when it comes out it comes out on the 26th, you guys. So I may do a short, and the 26th is going to be this Thursday. So I may do a short to talk about it. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet, but keep a watch on the channel, and I will see you guys. I'm officially closing this video. See you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.